Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Bethany, or Budget Bethany, and I post these What's for Dinner videos every week in hopes to give you some meal ideas or some meal inspiration to cook for your family as well. So up first, we're going to be making some cheeseburger sliders. So I'm just browning up a pound of ground beef. Now that my ground beef is all browned up, I'm going to add in some seasoning, and I'm adding in some Morton seasoning salt and some garlic powder. Now we're going to struggle to cut up these slider rolls. I do always struggle with these, y'all, but I always get it done. But once you get them cut in half, you're going to take the tops off and set those to the side. Then you're going to layer cheese, ground beef, until you get it all used up. And then you're going to pop the tops back on, and we're going to put that in the oven on 350 for about 10-15 minutes, just long enough to melt your cheese, y'all. Oh yeah, I'm also using sliced cheese and shredded cheese, but of course you can use whatever kind of cheese you prefer. And here they are once they come out of the oven, y'all. I'm also frying up some of the great value potato wedges from Walmart, and it's just a great alternative to cheeseburgers and fries. The kids liked it. The kids really enjoyed it. You know, they think it's something special whenever you put it on slider rolls over just like regular old hamburger buns. So it was really good. We really enjoyed supper on this night, or dinner. I always say supper here in the South, but I know some people call it dinner. But here's a good close-up of my cheeseburger slider. Okay, y'all, so on the next night, I made some tater soup, and I usually just make my tater soup pretty plain, but on this night, I wanted to kind of fancy it up a little bit. So I'm just boiling some potatoes right here, or some diced up potatoes, until they get soft. I'm going to add in some of this mini cubed ham that is really good in salads also, but I'm going to add it into my tater soup. I've got 2 cans of evaporated milk and some mild shredded cheddar cheese. So I drained off all the water off my potatoes, and I'm going to add in the 2 cans of evaporated milk. Then I'm also going to fill up one of the cans with water twice and dump that in the pot as well. Then we'll add in our cheeses and our hams and give it a stir and kind of let that simmer on low for about 10 minutes, just to kind of make sure the cheese gets good and melted and everything. Oh my goodness, I almost forgot, but you also add about this much butter. I think it was like 4 tablespoons. I'm not really sure, y'all. I just know I had that much left, so I just threw it in the pot. This will probably be, if you try this recipe, it will probably be the easiest and the quickest dinner you have ever cooked, because basically all you have to do is boil the potatoes and then just throw in all the other stuff. But right here, I'm plating up my potato soup. I was going to say bowling up, but that didn't sound too great. So I'm plating up my potato soup, and then I'm going to give y'all a close-up. For the next night, we're going to be making a chicken and stuffing casserole, and I found this recipe on Pinterest. So to start with, I just got some water and some butter boiling in that pot. That is going to be for my stovetop stuffing, and I'm just following the directions on the back of that box. So now we're moving on to shredding up our rotisserie chicken, and of course, you can get your rotisserie chicken from wherever you get rotisserie chickens from, but I got mine from Walmart, so I'm just shredding it off the bones right here. Then once you get through shredding up all your chicken, you're going to need these things as well. You'll need some stuffing mix. That's the kind I had in my pantry, so that's what I'm using. You'll need 1 can of cream of mushroom, 1 can cream of chicken, and some sour cream. And I used about half of that thing of sour cream. So I'm dumping my rotisserie chicken in the bottom of my baking pan. Then I'm going to set that aside, and I'm going to get a mixing bowl, and I'm going to mix up my cream of mushroom, my cream of chicken, and the half a thing of sour cream together. Next, I decided to add some seasonings, and I don't think that was in the original recipe. Of course, I'll have the original recipe linked down below for y'all in the description box. So I'm just kind of seasoning up my chicken a little bit because I didn't think it was going to be seasoned enough. Then I'm going to dump in the sour cream, the cream of mushroom, and the cream of chicken mixture, and I'm going to kind of spread that around on top. And then we'll dump on our stuffing mixture and just a little bit on top, and you kind of spread that around as well. It's kind of hard to spread with that stuffing, so be careful. Don't mash it real hard down in there if you try this recipe. Alright, so here's my stuffing, and like I said before, I did cook this by the directions on the back of the box. Now you're just going to dump this over on top, and like I said before, also be easy kind of mixing this around because you don't want to mash it way down in the sour cream and all that mixture. So I'm just going to kind of easily spread it around, make sure it's all coated really good on top, and then we're going to pop it in the oven on 375 for 1 hour. Here it is before it went in the oven, and then here it is once it come out of the oven. Y'all, this was really good. I hope you'll give it a try. For sides to go with our chicken and stuffing casserole, y'all, that's a lot to say. I'm going to be making some green beans with some of these real bacon pieces. Y'all know that's how I always make my green beans. And I'm going to be making some macaroni and cheese as well. So I've got my macaroni noodles boiling right here. I'm also going to cut up some of this canned cranberry sauce. Alright, y'all, so for the macaroni and cheese, those macaroni noodles were actually box macaroni noodles, but I'm not going to make it like by the box. I just boiled the noodles, and then I added in a little bit of milk just to kind of loosen up the noodles. I'm cutting in some Velveeta cheese, and then I'm going to add in some shredded cheddar cheese. Mix that up really well. I'm also going to add just a little bit more milk in there just to kind of loosen the cheeses up because it was kind of really cheesy. But that's how I like my macaroni and cheese. And then that's going to be our macaroni and cheese for this night, y'all. I totally didn't even realize that I had an escaped noodle on the bottom of the pan. Alright, y'all, so here's everything together. Now we're going to start plating up our plates. So I just wanted to show y'all really quick how the chicken and stuffing casserole looks whenever you cut into it, just in case you were interested in making it. Alright, y'all, so moving into the last night for this week, we're going to be using this George Foreman grill that I found at Walmart for like $15. It's not sponsored, but I can link it below if I can find a link. But we're going to be making some shrimp quesadillas. So this was my husband's idea, so y'all see him right here making it. So he just melted some butter in our cast iron skillet, and he poured in the shrimp. He's going to cook those down. He's also going to season them up, y'all. And I don't know what kind of seasonings he used, so y'all just have to watch right here. He used a whole lot of seasonings. But once he gets through seasoning them up and they cook down, we'll start assembling our quesadillas. So I don't know if y'all could hear him really well, but he said it might help if he took the lid off that cracked black pepper thing. So he was just a cracking pepper and none was going in the pot, y'all. I got so tickled at that. So midway through, once the shrimp was cooking down, I decided I wanted some peppers on mine. So I cut up some yellow and red bell peppers, and he's adding them into the pot as well and cooking those down for me. Alright, so now we're going to start assembling our quesadillas. So to start with, I'm just rubbing some sour cream on a tortilla, and then I'm going to put that on my George Foreman grill. Then I'm going to top with some Valentina Mexican hot sauce. If you like chili sauce flavors, then you'll really like this. That's my new favorite hot sauce, y'all. Then I'm going to top with some of my bell peppers and my shrimp, and then I'll top with a whole lot of cheese. I think that's the secret to a good quesadilla, is a whole bunch of cheese. Then once I get all my cheese added, I'm going to top with another tortilla, and I'm going to close my George Foreman grill and make sure each side gets grilled up really nice and crispy. So here's how I like for mine to look whenever it's done. Of course, you could also cook this in a pot on the stove or maybe even bake them in the oven, but I found this way was really easy, and this is how they look once they're all done. I did cut them up so that y'all could see the inside and everything, but y'all, these things were so good. I also had some of those bell pepper boats that you can see on TikTok all the time, but those are also my favorite, and I love those things. I could eat my weight in those things. But this was dinner on this night, y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this week's What's for Dinner video. If you did, please don't forget to leave me that big old thumbs up and subscribe if you're not already. I would love for you to join my YouTube family. Thank you all so very much for watching, and I'll catch you all in next week's video. Bye, y'all.